Good morning, Vidyashins. Welcome to your literature class. So today we'll discuss the poem A Sea of Foliage written by Toru Dutt. Let's read the poem first. A sea of foliage girds our garden round, but not a sea of dull unvaried green. Sharp contrast of all colors here are seen. The light green graceful tamarinds abound, amid the mango clumps of green profound, and palms arise like pillars grey between, and o'er the quiet pools the sea mills lean. Red, red, and the startling like a trumpet sound. But nothing can be lovelier than the ranges of bamboos to the eastward when the moon looks through their gaps and the white lotus changes into a cup of silver. One might swoon, drunken with beauty then, or gaze and gaze on a primeval Eden in amaze. So in the first stanza, the poet mentions about the beauty of the garden. The poet's garden is bordered by a large number of trees with their bright colored foliage. Now what do you mean by foliage? Greenery. The leaves of these trees are so much colorful that there are no dull colors among them. Also, the poet's garden is made attractive by the presence of various trees and their bright colored leaves. There are tamarinds, bright green mangoes, grey palms, simul trees with their flowers. Now, what does the phrase "not a sea of a dull and varied green" mean? It means that just one type of plant everywhere, like the sea, which remains unchanged, will be dull. In the same type of plant will give dull impression. But in poet's garden, there is a mixture of plants, colors and textures, which could be a sea of foliage around a garden, which is spectacular greenery surrounding the garden. Then a contrast is found in brilliant red color of flowers of the simul tree, which takes one by surprise like the sudden shrill sound of a trumpet, which is startling like a trumpet sound. Now the question arises that what grey colors arise between the mango and the tamarind trees? Grey pillars are referred to stately palms which grows in between the fresh bunches of tamarind trees and mango trees. Let's move to next stanza. But nothing can be lovelier than the ranges of bamboos to the eastward when the moon looks through their gaps and the white lotus changes into a cup of silver. One might swoon drunken with beauty, then or gaze and gaze on a primeval Eden in amaze. Here the poet tells us that the loveliest, however, are the lines of bamboo tree growing towards the eastern side of the garden. When the moon shines through the bamboo trees, the white lotus looks like silver cup. The scene is so enchanting that one might almost faint, intoxicated by the beauty. And the words in the second line shows even enjoyment can become unbearable. White lotus looks like silver cup. The scene is so mesmerizing that one might almost faint by the beauty, or say in wonder at what looks like Garden of Eden. Now what do you mean by primeval Eden? Amaze. It means that the garden looked so beautiful that it forced the poet to compare the garden with the first garden by God for Adam and Eve. So students, this is a nature poem written to express the poet's admiration of a garden. The garden is full of trees, and thus, whichever way one turns, an abundance of leaves meets the eye. Hence the title of the poem, A Sea of Foliage. The poet emphasizes the magical quality of the garden's beauty by comparing it to Eden, which can only be imagined, and by stressing how amazed she feels at the beauty as if it is hard to believe. Also, the poet asks the reader to imagine the garden at two times: day, when the different colors of trees are clearly visible, and night, when the moon and the moonlight transform the scene. So that's it. This was all about the poem. I hope you liked it. Although we have already discussed it in the Zoom session, still you have any query, you can definitely ask me. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.